Hey everybody, Fun Stampers Journey Coach Janice Whiting here, and in this video I'm going to talk about jewelry. What? Jewelry? Yes, jewelry. So don't turn off the video. Don't press stop and move on. Just give me a minute here. Fun Stampers Journey, as you might know, is mainly a crafting product company, but we have some new lines, and one line that we've had for a little while is called our Journey Girl collection line, and within that collection we actually carry customizable beautiful lockets. Now I'm actually wearing one. Let's see if I can put this up here right now. Isn't that beautiful? But I want to get up close and show you a little bit more about them and how they actually tie into our crafting. Okay, it's actually very fun. And I guess I'll show you a real sneak peek real quick here before we zoom in. This is one of our lockets. Let's see if I can set that I have customized. So anyway, I want to show you how I did it and talk a little bit more about them. But I'm going to change my camera view so you can see my desk space and show you some parts and pieces of these lockets. All right, stay tuned. All right, so here we go. Now, I have a little setup here. I have the locket that I've created and custom made myself. And then a few other things I want to show you here in a minute. But before that, I just want to give you a little preview of the Journey Girl collection catalog that we have. Now this is actually an old one. We are getting a new one coming up. But I just wanted to show you that we have different size lockets. So we have our small, that's 24 millimeters, and then we have our large one, which is 33 millimeters. And ours come with either the sparkle on top or just the plain solid. Okay, now currently we sell round ones, as well as diamond cut link chains, some inserts, and we'll get a little bit more into that later, some cabochons, different accent plates and whatnot, a few charms there. But coming soon, we're going to have a whole lot of extra pieces to add to this collection. That's just a little preview. Let me go ahead and show you what I've got here. So I'm going to zoom in on this piece. Now this is a special one. I've actually making a set of these for some special ladies. But I wanted to show you how I've done this. So I talked about how our lockets are extra special, and here's why. You can custom make the inside of your locket. Not only can we do charms like, all the other companies that have these, now we have basically given you unlimited options as to what is in your locket, and you can create that yourself. So as crafters, it's extra special for us, and that's why this is a part of our product line. So let me go ahead and put this one up next to it. So these, by the way, they're both are round, and I just wanted to show you. This is our solid, okay, so 24 millimeters, and this is obviously our sparkled rounds, okay. We also have a large, which is, 33 millimeters. See, you can see the difference here in size, okay. And it also comes in the sparkle, this one here. Okay, so I'm going to put that away. And let's go ahead and talk about how you put these together. So I'm going to go ahead and unearth this little guy. And you basically open it by sticking, I just put my fingernail here and it just comes open like this. And so the good thing about this is once it's in, right, it's locked, and there's no fear of it ever opening because it cannot open once it's on the chain. That's kind of part of the way that it works and part of the way that this system kind of keeps everything together, right? So once this chain is, I'm sorry about that, is through, there's no opening it. Even if you tried, it would not go any further than about like that, okay? And then we also have this little gem right here, little sparkly guy, and he goes through the center of your locket here, and that also is another way to keep it So basically it performs the same function. It's just a little extra bling that you can add to your locket. So I'm going to put that away. Now I did mention our chains, so we do not only carry the lockets, but we carry the chains as well. And we carry these in 2 different sizes. And I keep forgetting that this says zoomed in, so forgive me here. But the lengths are, this one here that I have is a 16.5 inch length. And then we also have a 27.5 inch length that's a little longer. Okay, so I'm going to put that back away. And I'm going to take this little guy out. So our lockets are $24.95 for the locket itself. And then they come with a locket kit. Okay, so the locket kit is actually 2 pieces of glass. So there's one. A spacer ring. This is the spacer that allows your pieces to kind of, if you have any loose pieces, kind of roam around in there. And it also gives space in between your created piece. And then I'm going to here take this part out that I created. And then here's the other glass piece. All right, so this locket kit, the 2 glass pieces and the spacer, those are $9.95. Okay, so when you're putting it together and when you buy this part comes by itself. Okay, so nothing in there. It's a kit, okay? So this is $24.95, and then you purchase this separately. And this is all allows you to customize it and to create it yourself, okay? All right, so I'm gonna put this up here to the side, and I'm gonna zoom in a little bit more here so you can see what I've done here. And I'm gonna show you how to create this. Now, so to start off with, I actually use our, let me see if I can zoom back out a wee bit more. I use our punch system here, our Fun Stampers Journey punch system, with our 1-inch circle punch. Okay, so that's what's going to create the circle for the center of my locket. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. So here's the circle. And put that aside. Now the stamp that I used is from our bezel block stamp set here, and I used the word create. So this itty bitty little stamp, and I basically stamped it just all over the background there. I'll go ahead and zoom in a little bit back over here again. And I used our Sweet Berry True Color Fusion ink to stamp that. So I'm going to go ahead and just stamp that. Ooh, that's upside down. Good to know. A few different times. There's really no specific way. I just try to make sure they're not right underneath each other. Just kind of off to the side and angled a little bit. And I have to keep in mind that really not much of these are going to be shown. It's just the very sides and the bottom, top and bottom. So there, maybe I'll do another one right in here. I'm not too concerned about it. You know what? I'm going to do one right here. There we go. All right. So I've got my little background here. And you know what? I think I want to put a few there. So let me go ahead and just put a C here and right up there. All right, there we go. Create, just the word create. And then I actually, in order for it to fit perfectly, so I used our 1-inch punch, and I'll just show you real quick. It is not an exact, so this is a 1-inch circle, but the inside is just a little bit smaller. So you do have to trim it just a little bit, just a wee bit for it to fit. So I really just do a very minute little trim around the sides. Oh, there it goes. Sorry about that. Around the sides in order for it to fit inside the locket. And I just kind of play with it a little bit. I just basically shave off a small portion. And don't worry if it's not a perfect circle, because remember, it's fitting inside the locket, and the locket has, oh, there it goes. The locket has, you know, that little lip on the inside. And I'm just checking for fit here. A little bit of extra. I think that's actually pretty good right there. So I'm going to pop that out. Okay, so I've created the background, and now I'm going to create the flower, little center here. And so what I actually did, and I've already die cut these, but I used our Spring Blossom Minis set. So that's this. I'm going to zoom back out a little bit. This set, and I cut a few of these guys out of our bubblegum pink paper here. And then I used our Tattered Blooms Minis, and I cut those out of our not sweet berry, watermelon fusion paper, I believe. And then in order for them to fit within the width of that locket, because it does have a good bit of space. I would say it's not quite 1/4 of an inch, because the glass goes in between here and that takes up some space, but just a little bit underneath, a little bit less than that. And so I can't create something that sticks out too much. So you can see that's about as far as it'll let me stick anything in. So in order for that to accommodate that, I had to punch a hole in the center of my little flower pieces with our press punch. So if you've never used our press punch before, it's this little tool here, and it has about 3 pieces with different size holes in it. And it's fairly simple to use. It comes with the mat and your blades, and they are stored in the back of it. So there's the small, and I believe that's the medium. And basically you just press down with, I would say, with a good bit of pressure here. So there it is, little flower with the hole, and then also your tattered blooms. Okay, so what you're going to do next is I put a little bit of our Journey Glaze and our sparkle dust to create the little shimmer right here in the flower. Let's see if I can put that in a little bit. You can see the shimmer there. So let me go ahead and show you that. Okay, so here is our Journey Glaze that we're using, and this stuff is awesome. And our Journey Sparkle Dust. And our Sparkle Dust is just basically some really fine glitter. And so I'm going to put this in my little tray, and I'm going to put some Journey Glaze all over these petals for it to pick up the sparkle dust. And basically Journey Glaze is it's basically a glaze and a resin mixture, and it can also be used as an adhesive, which is kind of what we're doing now. And I'm just putting it all over here, not too much. I just want to cover it finely so it'll pick up the glitter. You can kind of see that there. And I'm going to pour my sparkle dust over this guy, and I've actually put sparkle dust in a salt and pepper shaker. Little tip there. And I'm just going to cover it lightly, just kind of a light dusting, okay, for it to have that nice shimmer. And then I'm going to grab this little guy. Probably it would take, gosh, I don't know, maybe a few minutes, depending upon the length, depending upon how much glitter you put on. It'll take a little while to dry, but not too long. By the time I get done putting everything together, it'll be good to go. So there's that piece there. And basically from here on out, it's just assembly. So let me zoom back in. Not out, in here. And let's put this guy together. So I've got the base that we created with the words create. And then we have our what is this one? Our spring blooms. And we have this little guy here, our tattered blooms. Now the reason why, I think I said this earlier, but the reason why I punched a hole is because in order for it to fit inside the locket, it needs to have less layers there. The next thing I did was I grabbed one of the flowers from our Journey Sequins Bloom Time set. Aren't these fun? I actually just grabbed their larger pink one. And that is the next thing that goes right in the middle there. And then to kind of top it off, I just grabbed a little bling piece and I adhered it right there in the center. Now, you would just adhere those layers together, and there you go. And then you've got your finished product like I showed earlier. And again, putting it back in the locket, you open it this way. I guess your locket sandwich would be your glass piece. And make sure that your glass pieces it doesn't pick up anything while you're crafting. Make them nice and shiny. So there's your glass piece. And then you just, oops, that's the wrong one, huh? You take the one that's finished, insert that in, line it up how you would like. Put the spacer next. The spacer goes next. And then your finished glass piece, your last glass piece on top. And then you close it up. And then you've got your finished custom-made locket, either for yourself or for a family or friend. You could also put something special on the back. It could be double-sided. On the back, whatever image you would do, obviously it'd have to be flat. And there you go. So there you have it. Aren't those fun? So when I said jewelry, I probably freaked you out a little bit, but the great news is that this jewelry is customizable, and which is a great thing for us crafters. We love to tinker, we love to create, we love to make pieces that are our own. So it's kind of bringing that crafting industry into the jewelry industry and kind of merging them and creating kind of a fun, unique thing. So anyway, I just wanted to showcase that to you, and of course, bring up the fact that there are so many possibilities. Wouldn't this be so cute as a gift, a graduation gift? You could do birthdays, you could do anniversary. I mean, the opportunities are, possibilities really are endless with this, as they are with crafting with anything. So I believe that's all I've got to show you today. Stay tuned for a few other things. And until next time, bye.